In today's video, I'm sharing 10 habits to increase your feminine energy. This is something we all have within us, but sometimes we need these tiny little habits to help bring it out more and tap more into that magnetic feminine side. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jills, and I talk about things like femininity, self-improvement, and wellness for women. So if that's something you want to learn more about, you should absolutely hit that red subscribe button below and join the community. So just in case you're totally new to this concept of feminine energy, maybe this is the first video you've seen from me, we all have both feminine and masculine energy within us. It doesn't matter our gender, but women tend to naturally, of course not always, but naturally just innately have a more dominant feminine core, and men tend to naturally have a more dominant masculine core. Feminine energy is more of that flowy, intuitive, creative, loving, feeling, being energy, where masculine energy is more of that structured, grounded, disciplined, logical, focused, doing energy. But in today's society, most women have an overdeveloped masculine side and have kind of learned to squash their feminine side because either that's what they've been taught or that's what makes them feel the most safe because, in today's world, these masculine attributes, masculine traits, more masculine habits and lifestyles, things like hustle culture and extreme routine and discipline, all of these things are generally more rewarded and praised and are seen as the best way to do things. But the best way to do things is in a way that is authentic to you, that feels good to you. And a lot of women are starting to come back to their feminine side because they're realizing that being in their masculine energy all day, it feels wrong. It feels exhausting. It feels unfulfilling. So these 10 habits will help you to get back in touch with your beautiful femininity, step into that magnetic feminine being that you already are, and hopefully live a life that you love. The first habit to increase your feminine energy is to have some sort of creative hobby or outlet, just essentially to make creativity a part of your day or a part of your lifestyle. Like I mentioned, the feminine is the creative energy, and the feminine is the ultimate creator, quite literally. They create new life, they nourish new life. And so the feminine is not meant to just work, eat, sleep, repeat. I don't think anyone is necessarily meant to just live that life, but especially not the feminine. They need time for creativity. And every time that you tap into that creativity and get into that flow state, you tap into your feminine. Another thing that's so valuable about getting into that creative flow state is that whenever we're in this state, we are more connected to our heart and our intuition. And we kind of disconnect from our chattery brain. We disconnect from that overanalyzing, anxious way of thinking. So this could be painting, drawing, writing, music, photography, dance, cooking or baking, flower arranging, I don't know. There's so many things that you can do, but just make time for the creative passions that light you up. And if you feel like you don't have one, then it's probably because you just haven't found it yet. So be a bit adventurous and try new things. Use this creative time to activate your feminine and reconnect with the side of yourself again. Now, the second habit, something I encourage you to do every day, or something I encourage you to ask yourself every single day, is how can I soften even deeper? This is something I ask myself all the time. What I mean by this is, how can I relax more into my body? How can I be more gentle with myself and the world around me? What can I do to feel more open and soft? This is not how to be softer, like being a pushover kind of soft. That's not what I'm talking about. Think about the word soft like gentle and free and joyful. If you're living your life in your masculine energy all the time, you might not even realize this, it's likely that your body is kind of stuck in this very tense and rigid way. So this is something that you'll probably have to ask yourself a lot. This can even go for softening your voice. The more stereotypical, attractive feminine voice is very soft and sensual. Now, I'm not saying to fake your voice, don't do that, but let your vocal cords soften. When we are anxious and tense, our vocal cords actually tense up too, and it makes us sound differently. So relax everything. Even when you feel like you're doing hard things, how can you soften? How can you bring more feminine ease and gentleness into everything that you do? So the third habit is something that you might not actually think about when it comes to feminine energy, and that's because it actually has to do with your masculine energy. Because here's the thing, the feminine cannot exist without the masculine. And that masculine groundedness, structure, presence, leadership, that allows the feminine to truly thrive. And you can definitely see this in relationships where if one partner is not fully stepping into their masculine, it's going to make it really hard for the other partner to relax into their feminine. But this also exists within you as well, because remember, we all have both masculine and feminine energy within us. Your inner masculine needs to give yourself the light structure you need so that the feminine part of you can relax, so that the feminine part of you can feel comfortable being seen and being flowy and being more gentle and expressing itself. Even though you might naturally be a more feminine being, you don't have to push away any and all masculine energy. These energies are meant to coexist and live in harmony with one another and support each other. All of this to say that habit number 3 is to give yourself a little bit of structure. I usually do this on Sundays to get yourself organized and prepped and ready for the week. So this will likely look a bit different for everyone depending on what makes you feel taken care of. But for me, this means on Sundays, I go get the groceries and stock up for the week. I tidy up my house and organize everything. And then I organize my to-do list and roughly put it into my calendar. For some people, this might be meal prepping or making sure all your laundry is done, or maybe it's a certain like beauty or self-care routine. But whatever it is, it's really important to give yourself that light structure and discipline to do whatever it is you need to do to feel taken care of and supported and ready to go for the week. This is going to make your feminine feel so much more flowy and at ease throughout the rest of the week. Now, I know this isn't really a fun one, but your feminine cannot exist in a stressed out or unsafe state. The feminine needs to feel calm and safe and supported to be able to thrive, to be able to be comfortable being their authentic selves and being seen. So do what you got to do to feel ready and taken care of for the week ahead so that you can feel fully comfortable relaxing into your feminine. Another habit to increase your feminine energy is to get into the habit of moving in an intuitive way. Now, the masculine energy is the still energy, but the feminine is the energy that's always moving and flowing. Now, any movement is great, but what really makes this powerful is when you do it in an intuitive way, in a way that's more connected to your heart, something that's fun, pleasurable, relaxing, maybe even a little bit sensual, but something that makes you feel more free. Obviously, if you've watched a bunch of my videos already, you know that I love dancing. It's a great way to do this, but this doesn't have to be that serious. You're not doing this to burn calories. You're not doing this to be a performer. You're doing this to connect to your heart and your body and to just have fun and let go. This can just be you dancing to your favorite music while you're cooking dinner. If you don't want to dance, you could do an intuitive yoga flow, or even just stretching in an intuitive way, or even just going for a walk in nature, honestly. It could really be anything that makes you feel more free and more connected to yourself. The next habit to increase your feminine energy is to actually feel your feelings instead of suppressing them or analyzing them. And I think that most of us have been taught that our emotions, to some extent, maybe they make us weak or they make us unstable, or they're just, like something that we shouldn't really have and that we kind of need to stuff them down, but that is not healthy and it's not supportive of our feminine. The feminine is the feeling energy and they are meant to express their emotions. Now, of course, we're not just going to be bawling in the middle of an important work meeting, but when you are in a safe space, you should absolutely feel these feelings and let them out. But it's also important to make sure that we're actually feeling our feelings instead of just analyzing them, because I think these two can oftentimes get mixed up. Because here's the thing, feeling your feelings, expressing your feelings is not the same as thinking about your feelings, ruminating on your feelings, or trying to find solutions to your feelings, or fixing your feelings. It just simply means feeling your feelings. What does it feel like in your body? Where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your heart? What does it feel like to you? Does it make you feel open? Does it make you feel closed off? Does it make you feel light? Does it make you feel heavy? To tap more into your feminine side, you have to get more in touch with your emotions and make that a regular part of your life and not be afraid to let it out and be a bit vulnerable and express that. It's healthy, it's needed. Number 6 is to get outside more and make it a habit of getting outside every single day, to get the fresh air, to feel the sunshine, to be in the presence of Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the ultimate divine feminine. She really is. So every time you're in nature, you will subconsciously feel more in your feminine or tap more into your feminine. And it's also just relaxing and grounding too. But whenever you feel like you're in need of feminine energy, when you feel like you need to come back to that side of yourself again, go out in Mother Nature. Soak up some of hers. I think it's so important to make this a habit and do it every single day, because as a society, we are in desperate need of this. We are a society that's so focused on work and productivity and efficiency and output, and we value this way over connection or rest or beauty or peace or stillness. And this has led us to living a life where we wake up, we get in the car, we go to work, then maybe we get back in the car, then we go maybe to the gym, and then we get back in the car and go home. And the only time that we spent outside was walking in the parking lot and getting from point A to point B. This is not how humans are meant to live, and it will absolutely deplete the feminine soul. So you have to make time every single day to get outside and soak up some of that nature. Even if it's just 10 minutes, it will reinvigorate you. The next habit to increase your feminine energy is to make time for play. Play is not just for kids. Play is essential for the human spirit, and your feminine energy will be completely drained if you don't value and add play into your life. Again, our society is just like work, eat, sleep, repeat. But there is nothing that will drain the feminine energy and spirit out of you than doing this every single day and not making time for play and joy. And this doesn't have to be going to Disney World or taking some lavish vacations. It can just be goofing around with your partner, laughing over stupid stuff, playing cheesy board games, dancing and singing to music. When you've been conditioned to only see value in work and productivity, which, let's be real, that's most of us, then play will seem stupid and a waste of our time. But the feminine is the energy that brings joy and life and depth to the world. The masculine energy adds more of that structure and doing energy, but the feminine adds more of that fun and lightness. Make time for this fun and lightness. Don't take life too seriously. Let yourself play. Let yourself have that childlike curiosity and wonder. Habit number 8 is to stop wasting time on things that you don't care about, things that don't light you up. Now, I know that not everything that we don't like can be avoided, Taxes. We all have to do taxes. Nobody likes to do taxes. I don't particularly like doing laundry, but it has to be done. But stop spending your precious time and energy on things that you can avoid that don't make you happy. If you keep hanging out with a certain friend group, even though maybe you don't really enjoy their company anymore, maybe you feel like you've outgrown them, it's okay to move on. If your friends are still going out and partying and drinking every weekend and that just doesn't feel good to you, it just doesn't resonate with you anymore, you don't have to do it. Or if you try a new hobby but you realize you don't really like it, it's okay to move on and try something new. If you're forcing yourself to go to hot yoga every night because you feel like that's the only way to be healthy or look good, have a banging body, but you don't like it, you just really don't enjoy it, then don't do it. Find something else. Find something you enjoy. You're an adult and you get to choose what you want in your life. Even if you hate your job, I know we can't just all up and quit our jobs, but work on somehow improving the situation for yourself. Maybe finding another job that's more in line with your passions or is in some way more fulfilling. Life is too short to live a life you hate. And if you keep doing the same things that are just sucking the life out of you, things that you don't enjoy doing, but you do it because you're trying to please other people or because you feel like it's something you have to do, then your feminine radiance will be completely sucked out of you as well. Another habit that I think is so valuable is having a phone-free day every once in a while. To be connected to your feminine energy, you have to be connected to yourself. You have to be connected to your intuition. You have to be connected to your emotions and make time for your well-being and stillness. And the thing with phones is, yes, they are great for many reasons, and I'm very happy that I have one, but also, one, they make social media and seeing other people's lives so easily accessible, and two, they also make you so much more accessible to other people, like 24/7 accessible. But it's so important to take a day here and there. I usually do like once every 2 weeks or whenever I feel like I'm needing it, to just kind of throw my phone in a drawer or put my phone in another room and not really look at it and just focus on yourself. It's amazing how much energy and clarity it will give you. I personally don't turn my phone off completely. I still take it with me if I'm going out. I don't want to pop a tire and then be stranded on the side of the road, unable to call my husband or AAA. but I really only use my phone for important calls and text messages, which I don't really get that many, so you know. Just a little habit of getting away from your phone every now and then, getting away from social media, just taking time to do you, to take care of yourself, to be still and intentional with your actions. The feminine needs this. The last tip I have for you to increase your feminine energy and to just help you feel so good is to let yourself receive. The feminine is the receiving energy, and one of the most amazing things about being a feminine woman, at least in my opinion, is just innately having that magnetic quality, being able to attract things into your life without hustling for it, to allow things to just be easy, not because you're not capable, but because they get to be easy, because the masculine loves to give and provide, because the universe loves to give and provide, and the feminine loves to receive. So for this tip, I'm going to direct you over to this other video of mine called The Art of Receiving. It's all about understanding what feminine receiving is, what blocks us from receiving, and how we can receive in a more feminine way. So I will see you over there, or I will see you in my next video. Bye.